joins us this morning. Many thanks for joining us, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, good to have you. And this is a topic that I believe every person is supposed to know, at least be more aware of. But speaking of road safety awareness, in just a nutshell, what should people understand about it?
Good morning, our viewers. Road safety is the one thing that all of us as road users must know and must have. Then when you look at how we behave in Uganda, in as far as road safety is concerned, we don't seem to respect the road use, either because we've not gone through the awareness or knowledge on how to use the roads, on how to use the facilities put up on the roads. That's what brings much of the misuse we have and the indiscipline we have on our roads.
Okay.
Yes.
So you believe it is something to do with a lot of discipline. Now, following up on situations to do with road safety, what then should people know about the Uganda Road Accident Network organization? What was the aim of putting the organization?
Uganda Road Accident Reduction Organization, URENO,
okay,
is a civil society organization. We are into advocating for better use and reducing accidents on the roads. When you look at I don't want to call them accidents because now what has changed. We are talking of crashes because an accident is something that is inevitable, but a crash is something that we can avoid.
Okay.
So that's why now we are changing the narrative from accidents to crashes. Now we came into this to see that how can we raise people's awareness, how can we advocate, how can we ask government to give us better facilities in as far as reduction of crashes in the country is concerned, because these crashes have been increasing. We began about 25 years ago. We've been advocating, we've been working for the last 25 years, but the crashes are not reducing, they're instead increasing. Government is putting in resources. Okay, it's not putting enough resources into the reduction of crashes, but it's trying to put in something, but the crashes are not reducing. So that's how we came in and said, no, we need to advocate. We need to raise people's awareness on how can we reduce the crashes on these roads in Uganda.
Okay, and that is exactly what is bringing us into our discussion here. At least with that preamble, you get to understand what we're going to be discussing about today in regards to road safety awareness as an individual. Now, when you look back steadily, recently here, just a few weeks back, there's a lot of traffic on the roads. Someone actually came out and said that maybe people had parked their cars. Now that fuel is actually dropping, they decided to remove them from the garages and where they had kept them to hit back the road again. So you get to realize there's a lot of traffic on the road between 6:30 a.m. to around 8 to 9 a.m. And this particular traffic madness also pushes through from around 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. East African Standard Time in most of the areas around Kampala. But then it takes us back to the road users, the border riders. These ones have completely failed to follow the guidelines. And then when you look at the road users, at the end of it all, or let's say the people who drive the vehicles. Now, Mr. Nsingoma, I would want to actually bring you into this particular context. Looking at the fact that we have a lot of traffic, most of the vehicle owners are complaining that we have narrow roads in the country, and this is one of the reasons as to why we either end up misusing the roads, and at the end of the day, facing penalties from the traffic police.
Yes, the roads. I wouldn't say the roads are narrow. I wouldn't say the roads are few.
Okay.
The roads we have are enough, but the problem we would have is we have a lot of indisciplined driving.
Okay.
Because these roads, however much you would widen our roads, even if you made them 6 lanes, the Ugandan way of driving is no one wants to drive behind the other. Everybody wants to be ahead.
Okay.
That's why you find that when you reach at the junction where there are traffic lights, everybody wants to go and crowd on the front. even the border cyclists and so on, and the road and the motorists. So the roads, I wouldn't say the roads are few. The roads we have are enough. The vehicles we have, by the way, are very few in Uganda. We have about 2 million vehicles. We have about 2.5 million motorcycles. So compared to the number of roads we have, those are very few cars, but it's because of the indiscipline we have on the driving. Then another thing we have also is the mode of transport we have. We have single occupant vehicles. These are small vehicles or smaller transport vehicles. Now we need mass transport. If we had buses, because you see a bus, say like the Tondeka bus, takes about 50 or 60 people who are going into about 5 or 6 taxis. So those are 6 taxis you are moving from the road. So if we could have mass transport, we would not even have these issues of many cars on the road. So we need mass transport to transport the people very fast, because like you're saying, in the morning hours and the evening hours, these are the times when we have the highest traffic volume for both motorists, pedestrians, and all these other people. So if we can have mass transport, bigger volume cars that can take more people at the same time, then we shall reduce the number of vehicles on the road. Secondly, if we can have another mode of transport, say the train, if we have more train services in the city, then we can also reduce the number of people on the roads. So we need another alternative mode of transport. And another a mass mode of transport, like city bus services. So that will reduce the traffic congestion on the roads. So those are some of the things that we believe that if government can see how can we have these things all in, then we shall reduce all these congestions. We shall reduce the crashes on the road.
All right, Cuthbert. After the break, we are going to have more discussions regarding road safety precautions. But of course, we're also going to look at the financial implications on both the government as well as you as an individual who's using these roads, and then how best can we safely maintain road safety in the country and ensure that this issue of road accidents or misuse of the roads, or at the end of the day falling into penalties from the traffic police and all that, is curbed down and prevented. Stay by here as we return after the break. We discuss more. This is Smart Means Business and you're watching Smart 24 TV.